And I have a little story to tell you. So just sit down on the floor, turn around so you can see me or not. All right. Hey, okay. So a long time ago, there was this man named Paul Harvey. He was a radio personality. Some of y'all may remember him. This is a take on a story that he told back in 1965, which is a long time ago. All right, you ready? All right. Once upon a time, there was a farmer, and he had a beautiful farm, rows and rows of vegetables, an orchard with fruit trees, all different kinds of animals. And he had a great big barn where all the animals would stay and keep safe and warm. And the farmer, he took really good care of the farm because he loved all the plants and the animals, and he liked watching them grow. But then one cold winter night, as the farmer was drinking his tea, he heard a thump, a loud thump on his window. And when he looked outside, he saw that a terrible blizzard was blowing in, and with it, a flock of little tiny red birds. And the wind was so fierce that it was blowing the birds around, and one had bumped into his window. Now, the farmer's animals, they were safe in the barn, but these little birds, they were in big trouble. If they stayed out in the blizzard, they would surely freeze. And so quick as he could, the farmer put on his coat and he went outside in the snow. If only he could get the birds into the barn, then they would be warm and safe. Now, the farmer, he thought he could do it, so he tried shooing the birds into the arm, and he waved his arms, but that only freaked the birds out, and they got all upset. Then he tried speaking to the birds. He tried reasoning with the birds. He even tried shouting at the birds, but they didn't understand. They just kept flying around, lost in the storm. And then he drew a path in the snow like a map to the barn, and he put birdseed in it, and he was hoping that they might follow the birdseed into the barn. But it didn't work. Nothing worked, and the birds, shivering in the cold, were getting more and more afraid. If only I was a bird, he thought. Then I could speak bird. I could speak their language and they would understand me. If only I was a bird, I could show them the way to the safe, warm barn. And so that is what the farmer did. The farmer became a bird. Now, don't ask me how he did it. I don't know how he did it, but that's what he did. The farmer became a bird. And as a bird, he guided the little red birds. And they began to follow him into the barn. And they told their other little bird friends, they said, hey, come on, until finally the whole flock was gathered and made safe inside. And there in the barn, the birds were all together with their bird friends, and they had a great time, and they were warm and safe and so happy. They lived happily ever after. Now, the story of Christmas, the story of the birthday of Jesus, is a lot like the story of the farmer. God saw that his people were in danger, just like those little red birds, and he wanted to save them. And he tried a lot of different things, but it didn't work. And so finally, God came to us as a human being, born just like you and me, in a baby named Jesus. And Jesus knows what it's like to be a person. He knows how hard it can be. He knows how scary the storms can be. He knows how much we need each other and how happy it makes us to give from our heart. He understands us so we can understand him. And so he can show us the way, and we can follow him to where it is safe and warm, and we are surrounded by love. I hope that you all have a wonderful and very, very, very Merry Christmas, and that you remember to follow the one who shows us the way to love. Amen? Amen. All right.